So tell me, is this, I mean, it's okay to be culturally correct, but do you think it's applicable for everyone? Would someone listening to this think, oh, it's all very well for her, she's lived this high life, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
How does it count for people, just normal people who might be actually watching this video?
Oh gosh, it extends far beyond just living the high life. I mean, I think everybody should actually take the responsibility to study a little bit of the culture that they are going to be visiting, especially if it differs a lot more from their own. But you know, even when we were traveling to Mexico, when my partner and I Peter, were traveling to Sri Lanka, when we were traveling to the south of France, there were little things that we needed to learn about those cultures that we didn't know. Yeah. And so this is, I'm talking everyday travel. I'm not talking, traveling as a foreign dignitary or as a diplomat or a businesswoman. Yeah. This is everyday travel. It's important to know how to greet people. It's important to know what the local customs are. Yeah. It's important to know what the religious practices are. When we were in Sri Lanka, for example, Peter, my partner, he walked into a temple with me, and while I made sure I was appropriately dressed, well, Peter was in shorts, and I'm not talking shorts, I'm talking shorts to his knee. Well, I thank God I had a sarong in my bag, which he could wrap around his waist, because that was deemed immodest. He was showing his legs. Yeah. And so with my sarong, I wrapped it around his legs, and he could then enter the temple correctly dressed.
I found India really difficult, particularly with tipping, and it was challenged because it seemed like if you wanted to catch a cab or something, that they wanted to carry your handbag when you got out, whatever. Yes. And it was a cultural challenge for me, because I'm thinking, well, do I let them carry my handbag? And generally I wouldn't, because I thought of security issues or whatever. Yes. So, and in different parts of India, like I remember one time we had a guide that was an ex-cricketer, and he obviously had access to different countries. And anyway, it was quite a cultural minefield. So I wish I'd done more research. I would have done some research, but it was still quite difficult with different religions possibly that we were dealing with in different areas of the country. Yes,
and also the other difficulty, and especially for women, is things like eye contact, how close you get to people, what is deemed appropriately dressed. So, even though with India we see the Bollywood movies where, the stars are wearing figure-hugging clothes with low cleavages, it is still a very conservative country. Yeah. Direct eye contact is deemed as a suggestive invitation. So it's important to walk around with sunglasses, you're sunny, so you don't inadvertently, give the wrong message to someone.
So, tell me, what is the greatest reason that you've written your group of books on tourism and culture and your experiences?
The primary reason is, for me, travel is, as you travel, as you explore the world without, you're actually discovering a lot about yourself. I'm not sure if a lot of people realize that. As they lose sight of the shores, as the book is called, as they lose sight of the shore geographically, they're also kind of going out on a limb on a personal level, a mental level, an emotional level. And so as you experience the world in all its forms, you're actually discovering yourself. And speaking as someone who has traveled for 5 decades of her life, I can speak with authority on that one. I have grown as a person, I have developed, I have evolved as a result of my travels, because in traveling and in experiencing the different, experiences and being exposed to different things, I developed as a person.
Yes, so what would be your 3 best tips? Like, is it like yield to the culture and you tell me.
Well, the first thing I would say is to change your mindset.
Yeah.
Mindset is one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
We get stuck in a mindset.
Yeah.
The first thing you do when you travel is just leave your prejudices behind and your preconceived ideas of what a trip experience or a culture should be like.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2, take the time. Take the time to research the culture, a little bit about the country's history, research the religion, know what you're getting into, and number 3 is to respect the customs and laws. They are there for a reason, and to not do so is actually the utmost arrogance on our part as a traveler. So they would be the 3 most important things that I would advise every single traveler.
Fantastic. So, tell me, where can people get this book if they want to buy the book?
Losing Sight of the Shore is available on Amazon. It is available as an ebook.
Yes.
Which can be downloaded on Kindle or an iPad. And it is also available on hard copy.
Great, which is what we've got here. It's lovely to have a hard copy.
It is.
I love books.
It is. I prefer mine in hard copy. I love to have them.
And if I was travelling to any of these countries or areas in this book, I'd love to take this with me because, there's just so much that we could learn before we actually get to the country on the culture. This is one of the books, apart from Culture Savvy for Women, another great book that Victoria has written that would help research the culture and to get the best out of travelling, not just go as a tourist, but to actually feel more involved with the culture and the food and gift giving and to possibly even make friends or business relationships with the people that we meet.
Absolutely. It is jam-packed with good travel tips.
So thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me.